Today we're going to be drawing the indominus Rex from Jurassic World the game. So let's start. I need a paper. And this is the thing we're going to be using. So let's start. First, start by drawing a wiggly line. Then erase it a little bit. Make a big bump. And take the bump all the way up. Like this. Then after that, you're going to make a little curve going up for the top jaw. Like this. Then next, there's these teeth that you're going to add. Some are going to be small, some are going to be big. You can make them random. I went like this. There is the second row, so we're going to do the second row will be hard, but we're not going to do the second row. Start from the bottom of the teeth. Start making a line, small line in the bottom.
Like this?
Then add the teeth over there.
Mommy, can I have another phone? Can you make the picture for surgery?
Actually,
Make the picture for
erase that line. Instead of making that line, we will add the teeth close to the bottom, and add it like that. It's kind of hard to see, but all there was is a small line that's going on the very top of the teeth, very small line on top of the teeth, and then a line over there on the bottom of the teeth, and then I just drew the teeth on the last row. You don't have to worry about that part too much because you're not going to care about that part too much. Then make this big muscle come out. Big muscle come out and make it go down. Make the line go like this. Then after that, there's this little, you have to do the same thing and start it from the bottom of the other side.
Mommy, where's the paper?
Like that. Then there's two rows. And this one we're gonna have to kind of care about it because you can see very clearly on the bottom. There's this way right here. Then you're actually gonna go on top of it and add the teeth slowly. We're not adding the line like we did on the other one. But what we are going to do, we're going to add a double line. you're gonna kind of double line it right here. So it'll look something like that. Once you added that, don't make the line go too up. Just try to keep it down. Like slowly down. And then stop there. This will be the tongue. I did make it go more down. And I made this the tongue. After that, there's these two webbings. I'm gonna do the one on the other side first. That one's the one that's a little tricky. You just have to add a line. It's not that hard though. The only thing for the webbing that you have to do is you just have to add a line right there. Then to make the other webbing, you go like this to make the other webbing. It looks pretty 3D. Like that. The teeth do go a little farther, and from the tongue you can add more teeth. There's like a whole bunch of teeth. This seems to be after you added that, I kind of did realize from that picture this was not going too up. It was going a little downward. So we can fix that a little. Just so that it looks proper. Now we are going to get into the head. It's the reason why I told you to fix this. Otherwise I won't tell you. And some of you do go ahead of me.
In the plant, go this.
Sorry it's taking too long, but I'm trying to line it up well. So it kind of looks like I'm not very happy with it. I might change it if possible. And now the picture says that we have to add. I'm actually going to fix it. And I found a correct amount, and now it has to be going up like that much. Then it gets a little small. And right here there's a little big curve that goes like that. This. That line I meant that connects down. Then there's this circle sort of thing on the side. I did do the shade. Don't think it's something part of the drawing. This is this type of weird circle. Right here on the side. Then there is the eye part, which is a little bit like a triangular shape.
Tomatoes. It's the straight like.
It's this tomato. It's this kind of like.
It can stretch.
Oval
Like
shape.
Here.
Like that.
With this, we can.
Then add like a very big one in the very big type of circle on the front, and then shade it in a little bit. If you want to shade it in, you can. If you don't, then you can leave it open.
The color right in this one.
It looks like that. These three. This one's the one. I know it doesn't look too big, but it looks long enough. So.
We're just going to color this way.
So the next one is we are going to add a second line that actually comes up. We're just going to follow the same thing we did, except it goes out a little wider and then it comes in.
Bobby, we are taking the picture for this one.
And don't actually go all the way into the body yet. We're not doing the body yet. It looks like Gorgosaur, though. Kind of looks like Gorgosaur.
Yeah. This will be this.
It's the one on top. You can actually kind of make it a little wider. Mine's is like too close. I'm gonna fix that. If you like it thin,
What this picture is like.
it's kind of cool looking thin, but I don't like it when it's like thin.
Wow, do it again.
Though,
So this one could be.
but I'm not telling you to do. Not making it too big. It looks fine. And just to tell you, we're gonna add. I kind of did this just in case you wanted to see. I know it looks a little bad, but that's how it looked. Now let's add those spikes. It might make it look cool. Those two Carnotaur looking spikes. It is kind of like Carnotaur spikes. It goes like, I don't know how to do Carnotaur spikes. I did my best. I know it looks weird.
Yes.
I'll try fixing it. On that one, it's kind of more gap.
Which is, we can erase this like the books.
And inside there is, this is the Carnotaur spike that I did. I kind of fixed it.
I make this
Then there inside there is very tiny
this type.
spikes that you don't have to add them.
You had to
Because when you're coloring them,
right.
I just don't like to keep everything blank. It just doesn't look it looks unfinished to me. And when I color it, it doesn't matter. Coloring it would take too long. I'm not going to be doing the coloring part today.
It seems to be happy.
This looks cool, pretty cool. Now I'm going to
Which color?
go ahead and do the bottom.
Which
We're going to leave that line.
this one blue.
We're just going to do a very big curve like that. I know it's too big. You can kind of do that. A big curve line like that. You can make it shorter. I'm going to do that now. That's what I'm going to do. A big line. I always take a picture of the mind and look to make it like a little simple.
Look. These
To make it simple. We're not going to be adding everything in it. So let's go and add,
Let's go to and
make the line. I think it goes up immediately, doesn't it? Like it goes all the way down and then up all of a sudden.
he take for slidings. Then I can see me how it watch. Can I watch British?
Now this is what it, so it goes like down and then makes it go all the way up. It goes all the way up. And then the tail goes down all the way down. Like that. That's how it was supposed to be. I just went like straight up across. Now this is the main base of it.
Look at that.
Now this is the main base.
What that could change that.
Sorry, it's just my brother. He's actually kind of bringing the paper in.
Jace, can we move?
No, you can go on your own.
And shall I check this?
Okay, enough. Okay, he just keeps coming in my way. So I kind of gave you enough time to draw it. So now we are going to add the quill thing.
Right here. Sorry, this.
They're so tiny.
Let's color this like this. Okay.
The quills. We're adding the quills now.
We did chop.
I don't think this is how it looks, but You can kind of add a little bit more, make it more narrow, make it more curvy.
It's curvy.
Make the quills a little more curvy. Yeah, it looks fine. And before we add the quills, inside of each of them there is a little spike. We're only adding 3. Then you can. So this is the spikes. I mean, it's kind of hard to see. These, one right here, and one right there. 3 of them are right there. Then you are gonna add more spikes.
Red inside.
I added 3 more because I can't really see the spikes on the picture. Really, I can't see the spikes on the picture, but I drew them because I already did one time. I already drew this, and I saw it was a tutorial by another person, and I already saw him that he added the spikes. And you're gonna add more quills. They do get smaller. You don't have to make them small. Just a little bit more than that. I think that's enough with the quills. We've added all the quills. Now here we're gonna add the very big ones. And then as long as it goes all the way to the tail, there's less and less spikes. That's why the spikes stay until here. They don't go any further. So that's the point. Let's start adding the big ones. One is very big.
This one.
This one's not too big.
What color this? What color that?
And then I'm gonna go one by one.
Color that.
The next one gets a little bigger. The next one's a bit bigger.
Okay, let's do some red.
Then
Let's color this.
this one's not too wide, but it's pretty tall. Some of them are tall, but not wide. So then we're gonna add the next one.
We need to color the birthday parties.
I really don't want to count and tell you how many spikes there are because I want you to make it from small to big. That kind of gives it the cool texture looking. Now the spikes get smaller again. There's technically only a little bit of them that are big. So again, you're gonna make them smaller again, like the one we first did. Make it as small as the one we did first before. Those two this one looks smaller because it's on a higher surface. This one looks bigger because it's on a higher surface, but no. Technically, they're both the same size. And then one's even smaller than the one we did before. I added 2. This was the one that was smaller than that one, and then one even more smaller. Then it just goes
slide,
and then they just go all the way halfway to the tail. I'm gonna tell you where it stops. It stops like right there at the tail. So we're gonna add the small, very tiny spikes.
Color.
Oh, very tiny spikes.
Okay. If we do this color, this slide.
Okay, I think I added enough to fill up the whole thing.
Will color these ones.
So now, since we did that now the spike. Now we're gonna go from the tail, a very big line from it, to the bottom.
To the
Wait, does that go a little thicker?
Screech.
That's too thick, I guess. Size fine the way it was before.
Oops.
Then add the tail line. That's what I said.
Okay.
That's actually too big. You guys, sometimes the tails of really strong predators are not as big as you imagine they would be. Because on this creature, the tail is supposed to be very skinny. Not too skinny though. You can make it big. Like this.
Color this one. If
That's
you
how much
color
I would-
This one.
I would consider you doing it this much.
This.
You can make it like a little bit more. I did that, but it became too fat. I was like, duh, it became too fat. Then the two lines that
You
make the
color
leg.
that one. Good. We can color.
This is the weird part. I don't like it.
What? Why you don't like it?
No, it's the part that this is like, it's supposed to be round up. I know it looks very weird right now, but I will look better, I believe you. That's what it says in the picture. It looks really weird.
It's like
Well, I had nothing else to do to symbolize it. Then make a little curve for the muscle line.
good.
Little curve coming out.
Now.
Then from that curve, make a line going down and curve. Down and curve. Like this. Go down and curve. Then make it go all the way down. Like that. To make the feet.
What
Like
color
that.
is color the straight of the slime?
And make it go down like that. Now
Good.
you can kind of curve it in and then make a U shape, a small one for the claw. You know how each claw looks like this, kind of, what I did? Let me zoom it in. I know it's kind of hard to see. This claw. Right there. Now you can even take a look. Let's look at the whole entire drawing. If you kind of miss some parts of it, because I don't show the drawing very well.
Looks like
Durable. Okay. That's enough time for you to copy. Now make a tail. Now make a claw, I mean. Sorry if you had another tail. There you can make another claw. Sometimes I do make mistakes, so sorry. You can erase it now, but then from that line, make it kind of going down L. Like an L, like that L. I'm making down L.
doesn't work for the image.
Then make the same type of U, but it's a little different. It doesn't go all the way down. It goes kind of like that. That's the type of U.
To color this.
And then add the same type of claw you did for the first one. Now make a little curve. The type of curve. This is the type of curve I meant. The foot is very hard to draw because I have to keep standing up to zoom it. I'm not really good at to hold the paper up inside into the iPad. So here, there's that line, tiny itty bitty line right there that you're gonna have to add. Once you add that line, make the same U that you did for the middle one, and then add the claw. So if you don't know how the middle one looks, if you don't know how that U looks like, go to the middle one. And kind of pretend, you can erase the claw, and then see what type of shape it has.
Yeah.
So that's what it looks
This
like.
looks like you could like.
Now for the final part, we're gonna bring a whole entire leg up and skinny-eyes it, like skinny-eyes it.
Okay.
Make it a little skinny. Before that, in the middle, there's another line that you're gonna add. This line. Add that line. Then you're just gonna take a little bit of it.
This.
At the very end claw that we drew, connect it connect it, but connect it to the high. Go a little higher and connect it. So it would look something like this. Let me show you.
Look.
So it would look like something like that.
Go somewhere else.
Like that. Then we can add a part like that. It goes all the way up the line. And I forgot to tell you that this is part 1. You add a line going up. And once you add a line going up, then you make a curve from that line up to that knee.
So, collect that with this wood. With no videos, but okay pictures. This.
Like that. That line right there. You have to connect it with that line. Now we're done with 1 feet. And we're gonna draw the eye, and then we're gonna draw the other foot. We're gonna do the hand. We're gonna do the hands on part 2. And
Part 2,
so we're doing the
guys.
hands on part 2. Let's just first start with the leg.
Color.
So there's this belly line that goes down. I don't know, for some reason my leg always goes in a weird direction. So sorry if this leg wasn't the proper one, the proper way it's supposed to look, but I actually might fix my leg. My leg looks weird, right? Can you guys tell? Because it's very far and very close to the leg. I mean, very close to the tail. So we start the foot. Let's restart it. We may not even get through the foot yet today if this foot took so long. If this foot didn't take so long. This foot took a little too long.
Good.
So part 2, we might finish this foot. And we will take a little longer on part 2. Just for a
That's a
reason.
big
You want to get more
slide.
stuff done. Otherwise, I might have to start part 3 if we don't get anything done very much. Because the picture, I have it on a different iPad and it's running out of battery, so that's why. Technically, I shouldn't have told you that, but I'm telling you just so that you don't ask me, why don't you make it in one video? Some of you do ask me. And then so you can actually just copy everything, whatever I did. So you won't need any help. If you do, you can check on me later.
6, 7, 8,
That you,
9,
oh my god,
0.
the foot that we did before looked way better. This one looks a little weird now. But mistakes happen, and you don't always go the way they planned. It doesn't work all the time how it's planned. Sorry, I don't really know how to speed the video up. It takes a little too long if you feel like you can't even see anything. And I did draw it dark. And I know this foot looks weird, but it's more close. Right? Isn't it closer a little bit? I'm going to fix the middle claw. That might do a little bit of the advantage. It's actually closer. And then this last claw is not super far away. It's just a little far away. That's another mistake that I've done.
Good. We need another
Then time to do the
pencil.
skinnyizing thing. Skinnyizing. Get skinny.
We need another yellow color. It doesn't look yellow. No,
I know this looks very weird, but we might fix the leg at the very end. I know that leg looks much better.
It's
Maybe the last claw did that problem. I know the other ones look fine, right guys? Yeah, the other ones look fine. Completely fine. It's just because of the middle claw. And this is supposed to be a little skinnier. The toe should be more skinny. And I have no idea how to make it so skinny. There you go. This is what I call it. It looks better, doesn't it, guys? Yup. Now we did get through the leg very quick. And the one other problem that I do is the leg was not long enough. So we're going to make a line. Now we're ready to do the belly line. After we do the belly line, we'll see how far we can get with the other leg. If we can't get through very far, we will do the other part of the leg later. There's this belly line that I'm going to show you. There's the belly line coming from here. Then there's a line on the very bottom from the knee, from the other leg to the belly line. I mean this line right that way. So then after that, the belly line will stop there and we'll leave a line, a fake, just draw this line here. And don't do anything in this line. And don't do anything. Now we're going to leave it there because that's going to tell us where we're going to start our arm. The arm is easier than the leg, but we're doing the harder parts in part 1 so that it's not too hard for part 2.
That is a
but we won't get too far.
This color is blue. It colors the blues.
So then now we're going to do that and that. This leg goes a little longer. This is where we're going to start it. We're going to start from the little bit of the middle on the back side, right there. And we're going to do it like a little bit like that. Then make that weird type of U that you do for the middle one that we did on the other one and for the end one. And it's kind of the same, we just add a big L this time. It is supposed to be that big. Now it looks a little different. It looks like that. That's the type of L it looks like. Now we can add the claw in the same. Sorry guys, but I don't know how to draw the other one, but I kind of do, so it's gonna go like this. I did add the 2 lines for that one. It goes like that. We just have to add a line there. Then from that line, we're going to do the same type of claw thing, but it's going to go inside. More inside. And then we're going to make that skinny texture looking thing again. And go like that. And that's how it looks. That's how that leg looks. There is a little other joint, tiny other claw right there that goes down that you can add. You don't have to add it because I think it looks good without that claw. But you can add it. It's so hard to see that I'll have to zoom in all the way. You see on this one, it looks like that. You can add that claw, you can't, or you don't have to add it. Now what we're gonna do, start off for part 2. We're gonna be starting off for part 2 by adding the neckline halfway. So let's first mark from here to there. Make a line from the line we did before to there. So we have that much room for the neck. We have technically a whole lot of room for the neck. So from the bottom, add a neck going down like that. See all the neck? Like that. Then we're gonna leave the rest to part 2. Okay guys, we'll see you in part 2.